This episode of Weed and Grub is brought to you by Blank Brand. Blank Brand is a compassion-priced line of products.
Your eyebrows, when you say something that you enjoy, your eyebrows go up.
Oh.
Now you're just...
Blank Brand. Blank Brand is kind of like an anti-brand. Instead of putting money into expensive, flashy packaging, Blank Brand keeps overhead low. See my eyebrows?
Yeah, they're going high.
Oh, to offer the highest quality products at the best possible price.
So that means instead of dropping cash on Flash, just make a great product and let it speak for itself.
Their motto is all killer, no filler.
Yo, Blank Brand, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I only want to fuck with brands that stand for something. Like, I'm so, do you know what I'm saying?
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever. Thank you for just standing for something and making a product that is not only good for you, but something that I can believe in because you're doing it the right way and it's coming from the fucking heart.
And they're delicious. The gummies come in flavors like pineapple butterscotch, watermelon mojito, root beer float, and island guava. And their chocolate bars are made with the highest quality ingredients, including Belgium dark chocolate and golden caramel milk chocolate.
Do you know what I did the other night with the island guava?
What?
I popped two and went out in the backyard and just looked at the Big Dipper.
Oh, wow.
It was so nice. I could feel the day leave me and I felt like I was actually on an island. That's so crazy. You know, like, and just to like look at the stars and remember what it's like to be alive. And man, Blank Brand, oh man, it was such a good moment of just feeling like my best self, relaxing and just kind of having peace and singularity in the universe. I don't know. It was really nice.
Feeling really connected.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Talk about no filler.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah.
They're not bougie. They just taste super fancy without breaking your budget. Go to blankbrand.net to learn more. Blank Brand products speak for... I said that weird. Blank Brand products...
Your eyebrows slid into your mouth.
I have halibut eyes. Blank Brand products speak for themselves. All killer, no filler.
Hell yes.
Hello, and welcome to Weed and Grub.
Where do you keep your passwords?
Oh, shoot. What?
Where do you keep your passwords?
My passwords?
Yep. I'm looking to hack your life.
You want
asking.
to check out my bank account?
I'm asking because I just lost all of my passwords.
No. Do you keep them in a jar next to an open window? Where do you keep yours?
Yeah, slips of paper in a jar next to an open window. And I just
One of these is my Spotify. Hold on.
Yeah, I just do a lucky dip every day. I'm like, let me see. I need to log into my Acorns account. What is that one?
Where do you keep yours? Or where did you keep yours?
It doesn't matter, but I deleted it by accident.
Oh, fuck, yo. Holy smoke, show. Really?
Yeah. Yep.
So you keep it on a notes app in your phone.
Shit.
And you deleted a note. That's exactly where that shit went, huh?
Busted.
Yeah. An ongoing iCloud note app.
Yep. I had a master document with, and I know it's so bad, but I've tried the like fucking password apps and everything. And I don't obviously want to write them down in a book, but then it's probably worse to keep them on I don't fucking know.
Do you?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I use the same 3.5 passwords for everything and figure it's one variation of each.
Ugh.
But right now I'm fucked because I've used so many variations of variations of variations that now when I can't remember a variation and I have to create a new one, I have to start a whole new password word to create variations on.
The root password?
The root. And I can't remember a new root for the life of me.
Yeah.
New roots? Mm-mm.
New roots are fucking hard. And I'm so like you. I do the exact same thing. I have like I mean, obviously, I don't want to talk too much about what they're like, but most of them are food involved.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you just replace letters and numbers with
Fuck
symbols.
a runny yolk 420.
Exactly.
Capital
So-
F to throw them off.
But then you can't do fuck a runny yolk 420 exclamation point or fuck a runny yolk with like the, C as a 3 or something, because then it's too close to your old password, or
yeah.
what's happening?
Yes, and will never remember the 3 is a E. I don't remember any of that shit.
How do you choose a new root password?
Honestly, I don't think you need passwords.
You just need eyeball scans.
It feels like security theater.
I have Face ID now
Oh my god.
for the first time on my iPhone, my new iPhone, which I just got, which I'm so happy about. It's a fucking amazing machine. And I did the Face ID thing, and I was like, is this a good idea? This feels like a weird idea where I'm telling a computer to know what I look like. And now I open my phone by looking at it.
That's wild. Mm-hmm. Damn.
Do you think it's wrong? Do you think I'm like a slave to the machine by going with that technology?
Well, I just started thinking about if like I was watching porn and my screen locked because I was in it. I just have to like kind of glance an eye back at the phone and it'll get the video back up for me. And I do think there's convenience in that because your hands are tied.
Wow.
So I do appreciate that for porn watching on my 11.
Okay.
Other than that, I see no advantage.
I find it useful when I'm in the kitchen cooking, wholesome, making a recipe with my New York Times cooking app, and it auto locks, and I just have to look at it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Also
guess,
porn.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like the trickery of convenience for soul selling. And that is something that I've signed on for so long, and there's no turning back from it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I have to be happy about it as I continue to do it.
Right.
That's the part that hurts me the most, is the idea of security and convenience being paramount when it comes to actual real safety.
Yeah.
And you're not safe. Like, what do you need passwords on your fucking email for? So that they don't know your Grubhub $5 off code that everybody else got? Like, what is in your emails
Well, right.
that is so
Well,
personal
I definitely
and important?
Oh, so everything is my fucking email. In fact, it's so funny that
But
you
they
say
can get them
that,
no matter what. Okay,
because my
please.
fucking disgusting ex hacked my fucking email and wrote emails to friends of mine posing as me.
No.
Yes.
Whoa,
to
okay.
try and get information about me that then he could use against. Oh my God, he was a fucking fuck.
Keep going on this. I don't want to interrupt. Say all of it.
Found him in my computer. He was it doesn't matter the whole story, but anyway, yes, he hacked in, and didn't even hack into my email. He just opened my laptop and like used my email to write investigatory emails to other friends of mine posing as me, trying to get it was the whole fucking thing was crazy. But then what happened was I then had to put a 2-step verification on my email so that if anyone else tried to sign into it, it would send an alert to my phone, and I put a password on my laptop so that could be hacked into either. And now I'm in like a password spiral hellhole of my own making because I was involved with a bad person who fucked me over with my trust. Because before that, I'd never even considered putting a password on my computer. Why would I?
There's no reason to.
No, I didn't
until
need to.
one person ruins the party.
Yeah.
Ruined the party.
Yeah, it only takes one person to ruin the party.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's wild. So people were writing back to him while he's posing as you, giving him information that he then was able to use against you?
What happened was he wrote to a very dear old friend of mine who he was jealous of, posing as me and trying to get information from my dear old friend, who then immediately didn't write back to my email because he was suspicious. He called me and was like, yo, did you just send me this weird email? Because that doesn't sound like you.
What a great friend.
Yeah, he's a great friend who's known me my whole life and was like, this doesn't sound right, and I'm a little bit worried about you and what's going on. And yeah, anyway.
And then you go into your sent messages and you see
And I was like, oh, what?
all these from Mary Jane, from Mary Jane, from Mary Jane's. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's like a hallmark of a bad abuser person. They'll do that. They'll they'll do whatever it takes to like control you. It's crazy. It was a weird lesson though, because I'd never had my trust abused like that. Like I think everyone's had their like diary read by a younger sister, or, some weird thing at school where someone got a hold of your notebook and like, but that true like betrayal of trust
Yeah.
was a new shock to the system. I was like, what?
That's a level I've never heard of before, because most times I hear about hackings, it's like, don't open that Facebook DM.
Oh, sure.
And you're like, who gives a shit?
Right.
Like, Facebook is already a hellscape of like soulless capitalism. So don't open that foot ad. Yeah, no shit, you got
Right.
hacked. Like, who gives a fuck? This is real. This is personal. This is why passwords were created and are important.
Yeah, this was someone in my life who was, really trying to mess with me. So it's
Damn.
important to have that privacy for many reasons, obviously. But, when you're just a person with email, a password can just protect your thoughts for you.
Is that why you did the face opening unlocking on your phone? Is for that type of security?
No, I did that because it was like a cool technological thing that I hadn't experienced before.
Oh,
And now it's so funny because it doesn't work with a mask.
right.
So it's not actually that convenient because most of the time when I want to unlock my phone without touching it, you're out in public and you're just like, oh, I'll just look at it. And then it just is like, enter your passcode. I'm like, fuck.
That is funny because I remember when Face ID came out and everybody was like, well, I guess the only way to unlock my phone is with a blunt in my mouth. And it was like, did not think ahead with this new technology. Always have to be eating toasted ravioli. Otherwise, my phone won't open.
I wonder if I could rescan my face wearing a mask and then it would learn to recognize me just by whatever part of my face is available. I'm going to look into that.
What happens if you get a tattoo on your face?
I think the face thing is more about like, I don't think it has to do, because I know you can wear different kinds of makeup. And
But
I
no
think a
masks.
tattoo would register as makeup, but the mask actually conceals your features so much. I don't know. I
I
don't know how
fucking-
it works, Mike. I don't know how it fucking works.
I just don't like that we have to put in the work. We're already giving them our face, and
Yeah.
now we have to redo it with masks. Why don't you make a fucking app update that allows masks to be worn instead of making all of us do all the work for you fuckers?
Have you heard about, have we talked about it on here maybe about the whole, when you're like trying to get into a new thing and it's like select all the pictures with streetlights?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have we talked about that on here? How that's actually
where are you
making
going?
you recognize things for AI. It's actually helping develop AI.
Really?
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
So this is Weed and Grub, the podcast, by the way. We should get into that a little bit.
It's a podcast about comedy culture, calling shit out, cannabis, cooking, conspiracy theories,
AI,
passwords,
Face ID.
creeps,
Yeah. Bad relationships. So much.
captchas.
Yeah.
Back to captchas.
Back
What are you
to
talking
captchas.
about?
So that whole technology of like, pick out the pictures with a bus and then click the I'm not a robot button, captcha, is helping develop artificial intelligence.
Stop.
Yeah, just like TikTok is a deep dive into everything to help fucking robots learn how to rule the world.
Right.
It's all happening to develop the AI that will ultimately become our overlords.
Why do people need to do it? Just like don't.
Well, then you can't get into that website. Like I can't get into.
Like Terminator came out in 1987, say. I don't
Sure.
fucking know when Terminator came out.
Yeah, probably
I
right
don't know
around
when
then.
Blade Runner came out. I don't know when any movie ever came out.
Okay.
But what I do know is Philip K. Dick has told the future by telling us what the future is going to be. And who fucking read those books and was like, yo, I need that. I need that to be the future.
the people who are developing the AI.
I know, but just like don't. But like don't do that is what I'm saying. Like
Oh.
who read that and was inspired to create a god for ourselves that we didn't ask for and don't need. That's so fucking crazy to me that we're just like, it's not like science fiction predicted the future. It laid out the blueprint for a future and the people are like, yeah.
Because it's the natural consequence of how human evolution has progressed. I mean, we just all see where it's going. We all dream the same things.
It's like falling up an escalator.
Yeah.
Like you're going to get there, but you're going to get there looking like an idiot.
Yeah, don't make the robot technology that's going to destroy society. But
I
also,
can't I can't do a roundhouse kick, so why are we teaching robots who are supposed to deliver packages how to do roundhouse
Because
kicks?
they're going to fight for you, so you don't have to fight.
Oh, don't pick on me or else my robot will beat up your robot.
Sure. Or maybe you don't have to go to war, you just get your robots to fight.
But then we can't decide who wins. That's the problem.
Right. Well, nobody wants to win. That's the thing. Perpetual war is the idea in 1984. Like the idea is that perpetual war is the most profitable thing. And so someone's always at war and they always change who's at war. So the people feel like they're sometimes on the winning side and sometimes on the losing side. But the big idea is that perpetual war is the only way to continue to make money.
For real?
Dude, this is like, yes, please read it. I will hang out with you. Let's do chapter by chapter. I mean, it's fucking depressing, but
Would
yeah.
you do a Patreon with me.
Sure.
Purely about 1984, and it's called like book club.
Read with us.
Read with us.
Sure.
Yeah, read and grub.
Read and grub.
Would you do read and grub with me? Because everything that I get on a high horse about and get fucking furious about, you're like, oh, there's a book about that. And I'm like, when? How? Oh, it's a classic too? Okay. These aren't
man.
original thoughts?
Fuck.
Somebody else said them better?
That's
Ugh.
the coolest thing about it, though. Like, I was just reading an article. It was an interview with a young climate activist who was like, young people are angry about shit that people have known about for a long time. They're just angry about it in a purer way because they haven't overthought it. But yeah, I'm fucking pissed about shit that should have been solved decades ago. So it doesn't matter if there are books about it because it's all the fucking same. So your fucking thoughts and anger are exactly like they're pure because they're, you have those thoughts. There's just like unfortunate that, other people have fucking grappled with them and not had a fucking solution.
Right.
But yeah, that idea, the Orwell's 1984 is like such an indictment of the current society that we live in, all the way back to every other fucking terrible overlord and authoritarian regime.
It's crazy to think that there will be a perpetual wartime where it's all fought by robots and our whole job is to stay home in lockdown because of COVID and buy things while all the robots fight for us. And it's like sometimes you win, sometimes it's like consumer capitalism backgammon, and the whole goal is just for you to stay home and keep playing while everything else happens outside. As long as you keep spending money, shut the fuck up, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
And then there's the like evolution that the Matrix went down the road of, where it's like the robots just turn us into batteries for their own fucking survival.
I was just reading about the Matrix on Reddit. I was high.
Okay.
Big
Good.
deal.
You should, yeah. I'm glad you should be. If you weren't, I'd be worried.
And they were saying, like, there's all these great twists about the ending where Neo is actually the bad guy in the whole thing, and Mr. Smith is the person who has tried to get humanity to play by the rules of like euphoric peace all the time by having a common enemy, and they still can't get it right. And actually Neo is the one who ruins everything because the Matrix is supposed to be this like Garden of Eden utopian society, and people just, the civil unrest completely destroys what could be an incredible time in a euphoric place. And so it's actually the good guys, the side of humanity that you're on, is actually the bad guys in the virus and the whole thing.
That's I would love to hear more about that. Was the third movie Revolutions? Is that what it was called?
Ooh, I don't want to guess, so I don't want to say.
I just remember that I couldn't get through it because it was too, I don't know, unwieldy or something. But isn't there another one in development right now?
Yeah, I auditioned for number 4 and didn't get it. So I hope whoever did has a great job and has a beautiful career.
They're fucking loss not having you in that fucking movie. You would have been great.
I think I'd be good in a Matrix movie.
You'd be so good.
Yeah.
As like the fucking bearded hacker guy who's like smart.
If you put me in a rolly chair between two computers on equal sides of the room, you're going to get the best performance of your life. Sliding between chairs, clicking on keys, saying how fast I'm going, telling to hold on, doing the fast I can. A pencil will probably be in my mouth while I'm doing it. You're going to get a great performance.
Mad quips.
Mad quips. Yeah, it's one-liners and button pushing, man. That's my whole wheelhouse. Your loss, Matrix 4.
And you should see his beard right now, everyone. I don't know if everyone's seen the like full glory of this lockdown COVID beard, but
I look like, in Super Mario's, I look like Jewish Toad with a beard, with a bunion beard. Instead of a mushroom head, it's just a huge afro.
it's fucking impressive. It's impressive.
Anyway,
No
I don't
doubt.
need to. I'm feisty and angry today. Let's talk about something beautiful in the news.
Okay, well, speaking of Read and Grub, the Grublet Gazette, we have a great story coming to us from Mary Jane, our friend at Mary Stardust. If you haven't listened to our interview with Mary Carrion, who is over at Mary Jane, and they are reporting that Kansas City, Missouri just removed all criminal penalties for pot possession.
Fuck yes.
That's your neck of the woods.
Something good coming out of my neck of the woods too. How great is that?
Oh, and fuck those lawyers, the McCloskeys, they just got busted for a felony.
They did?
Because they're insane fucking behavior. Yes, so, sorry. Back to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right. Oh, that's so good.
So basically, Kansas City voters decriminalized weed back in 2017, but this new ordinance means that cops can no longer bust someone just for possessing pot, no matter what. It's not a fucking criminal penalty.
Which means they can't be planted on them either.
Right.
Which is fucking
That's not an
huge.
excuse to bust you. Under the measure, the penalty for possessing 35 or fewer grams of weed became a $25 fine.
Stop it.
Yep.
Yo, what do you want that in a gift card to B. Dalton? Let's go.
Yeah, it's like an open ticket or an open container ticket, right? Or jaywalking.
Something minimal as it should be.
The possession of over 35 grams became a $500 fine, and there is no chance of jail time or a permanent criminal record.
Fucking huge. That's a big deal.
It is a big fucking deal. Yeah. Kansas City.
That means that while we fight to free pot prisoners, the idea of future pot prisoners is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller every day.
Yeah.
And that, I'll take it where I can get it, yo. That's fantastic.
It's very cool. I mean, that's one of the ways forward is decriminalizing as opposed to trying to push measures through the legislature to legalize and, be able to profit off cannabis as a business. Just decriminalizing so people aren't serving fucking jail time and losing, livelihoods and homes and families over this shit is a huge step forward. And that, a lot of pot activists say that would be the best step forward for the federal government, not necessarily to legalize it for sale, but to deschedule and decriminalize it for, everyone across the country.
Huge. I'm just picturing like a black person being thrown against the hood of a cop car and forcibly emptying their pockets and them having weed on them and that sitting on the hood of the cop car and there's nothing they can fucking do about it.
It also
for
means,
the first time ever. That's so fucking great.
Yeah. Oh, I smell like weed. Okay, fuck you. That's also not a fucking crime.
Right. So when you get pulled over.
Yep. I smell weed. Let me search your car. No. Wow. Yeah.
Take that, 1984. Yeah. Welcome to 2020, bitch.
Can we talk about smells a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
And follow up on that?
Yeah, speaking of smells.
Speaking of sniffers, my nose has been twitching all week because so the house that we're staying at has this garden full of lavender and raspberries and all this stuff. And I was out there yesterday and I harvested a bunch of lavender and I was just like, this place is so fucking cool and crazy because all of these smells, the mint and the sweet pea and the raspberry and the lavender and the fresh grass and the sea salt was really making me so grateful to just be in this wonderful environment with fresh air. And I posted something about it on my Instagram and Elise, our friend Elise at Cannabis Edibles 420 posted terps. And I was like, oh, fucking duh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The natural aromas, the aromatic oils. Those are all
Terps make the world go round, yeah.
Lavender, the terp in lavender is linalool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a major terpene in cannabis. So one of the cool things about weed is that, all of these terpenes that are present in cannabis are also present in other plants in nature.
Are you saying that because weed is a plant?
I'm saying that the terpene, that aromatic oil that's present in lavender, which is called linalool, is also present in cannabis.
Amazing.
And myrcene, which is the terp that's present in mango, which is also thought to be good for helping cannabis be effective in, I think, the relaxing you. I'm not sure exactly. I don't fucking know that much, but myrcene, which is present in mango, is also present in cannabis.
Yeah. It's all the terp world.
Yeah.
It's cool. So crack open some funky, golden goat and put it on the back of your bathroom toilet and let those terps fill the bathroom air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Potpourri, get it?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Lavender is a game changer for me. That's never hit my sniffer before.
Really?
And it's such a nice smell. Well, I don't trust, I'll go to Trader Joe's and I'll see a broom that smells like cinnamon or a pine cone that smells like pine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But lavender, wild lavender being available for you to sniff at any moment is fresh and new, and I love it.
I grabbed some the other day and someone was like, just leave some in your car. I was like, oh, brilliant. Now the whole car smells like fresh lavender.
Dig in on linalool, though, because it is in cannabis.
Okay, yes, linalool is in cannabis, and it is in over 200 species of plants. Cinnamon, rosewood, all that kind of stuff. It's used as a scent in a lot of perfumed hygiene products and also as a flea, fruit fly, and cockroach insecticide. That's crazy.
Natural insecticide and linalool?
Yeah.
Damn, this is a very cool terp.
Plants that contain linalool: lavandula, cinnamomum, cannabis, basil, solidaga. Oh, I don't know what it is. Oh, no, it isn't. Yeah, lavender. No, flowering mint. I don't fucking know. Don't ask me to talk about terpenes when I don't know much about them. I'm trying to pull this stuff up. I just know that it smells great. The lavender smelled beautiful. Elise was like, terps. And I was like, oh, we should talk about that because this whole natural environment is so full of aromatic oils. And it is very reminiscent of all of your favorite strains of weed.
It is. And it's also cool that there are so many scientists in the cannabis game right now who are digging into terps to see, the whole idea behind them and how, like, the idea that that one is an insecticide and can be a deterrent for roaches and things. What a huge thing to learn about it. And now scientists are learning about how linalool affects the cannabis plant, which affects your entire body when you smoke it. Like, terps are supposedly the key to unlocking the full, what's the word I'm looking for?
Entourage effect?
The full deal of how weed affects you.
Which is the entourage effect.
The entourage effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is how it all works together, all the cannabinoids and terpenes and the whole shebang.
So it's cool to, like, some of this might be preaching to the choir with our listeners who are just like, I know what a terp is, I
Someone's
know what entourage
screaming.
is, da da da. But I think it's just a cool reminder when you go on a walk here and you're out in nature and you see lavender and you see mint and you see all of these plants that are thriving, and just realizing that it's all connected, and that includes this plant that normally I buy in a jar or roll up in a piece of paper and it's at a store. So I'm a little disconnected from the earth where it came from.
Yeah.
But literally all of them are connected through terpenes. And that is sexy as fuck to think about.
It's so fucking sexy.
Terps, yo.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying like sniffing around.
It's
you know,
good.
Getting out in the garden and like, you know, it's great. I'm in heaven. I'm learning and I don't know much. So please, everyone, forgive me for not knowing.
What?
But I'm learning. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, I'm from a place of like, you know.
You have a family of scientists.
Yes.
So does it make you feel weird to not know something and try and say,
Yes.
I see?
It makes me feel like I generally try not to talk about things unless I know a little bit. And so to like be put on the spot to talk about terpenes by you when I was like, I don't know anything.
I feel that. I think you brought up terpenes though.
Yeah, but then you were like, "We'll dig in," and I was like, "I don't know."
Oh, I see.
I'm just trying to say shit smells good.
The way to support somebody is not to say keep going.
Yeah.
It's to add your own knowledge.
Yeah.
I see. That's a very good point.
You're like, "Go on, say more," and I'm just gonna be quiet over here and
Yeah.
let you fucking unspool and get hotter and hotter and hotter in the cheeks and let your underarms sweat. And now I need a fucking gulp of this drink. Excuse me.
yes, go on to you.
Okay,
Instead of yes anding you, I said, yeah, and also
Yeah.
continue.
Okay, I'm good.
Word.
Cool.
The other thing that I'm really enjoying about terps in particular is I'm starting to have a good nose for the type of weed that affects me best. Like I like a moldy smell, and I feel like an across the board mold is kind of a funky cheese. Like any of those types of smells hit me. Citrus hits me right. And then when I smoke it, the effects are very like I have a better idea of what to expect with my high.
Do
and
you
that's
mean
the shit.
musky,
What did I say?
moldy? I'm
That's
wondering
the
about-
same to me.
Because mold is a specific like something you don't want.
I don't wear deodorant under my arms all quarantine. What do my underarms smell like to you?
Musky.
Okay, then yes.
It would be so weird if you smelled moldy.
Then musky. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Cool. Wow.
Word.
That's a whole new fucking underarm deodorant advertising campaign. Like, got moldy underarms? Here we come with something that's going to help you out.
Literally, Old Spice. The oldest spice. Mold. Cut it off your bread. It's still good. Unless it's in the middle of the bread, then your mayo falls through.
It could be penicillin. Got a sore throat? Try eating some moldy bread. Okay. Cool.
It's really funny to picture an old NyQuil bottle and it's just filled with moldy bread.
Oh,
And like there's a parody commercial in there where it's somebody tapping the jar and just old slices of moldy bread slide out of the jar into a little cup for you to take.
the gross out factor on that visual is a little too much for me, especially because I'm still traumatized by the gross out factor on that Adult Swim video that we watched where the boy Punzel from the Fairy Tales video.
Yeah, it was like wicked, twisted, gross out fairy tales. So it was spins on classic fairy tales, but just to the nth degree of chaos and disgusting cringe.
Yeah, and I had to stop watching. I had to like get up and walk away because
You did take a lap.
yeah, it grossed me out so much. And it was just a cartoon. And I
Right.
realized there are certain things like you have.
I don't like
your own-
wigglers.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't like anything small and wormy and wiggly because I think it's going to swim in my pee hole.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
I don't like blackhead popping, evidently.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it
It's
was-
both of these are a lot.
It was too much. On the wiggly tip, though, can we talk a little bit about what we found in the corn?
Fuck yo. I'm saying yo so much this ep, and I'm not enjoying it. I will never not see that because it was, for me, the most revolting thing I've ever seen.
Well, the good sign was that corn had not been irradiated, which, I guess is a good thing if you want your produce to be like very, fresh and organic and all that kind of stuff. It was like, very kindy corn.
Okay.
Harvested fresh from a field. But as I was peeling the husk back, I noticed a pinhole bored into the top of it. And then when I opened it up, there was a caterpillar. And he was burrowed into the kernels like he'd made himself a little house in there.
It's so revolting.
Yeah.
It's so gross. It's a parasitic surprise that I do not like.
Parasitic surprise.
That's exactly what it is. It's an incredibly pleasurable, wonderful experience of husking corn to put on the grill to make delicious. And when you unhusk it and there's a fucking parasitic surprise in there, it ruins the whole encounter.
Wow. What happened to you?
I don't like worms.
Have you ever seen a fucking machine?
Like a Sibian?
No, they're like these huge contraptions that are like hydraulic.
I've seen some stuff on Chatterbait
Yeah.
that doesn't really speak to me.
Yeah.
It's not really my thing.
No.
I don't like the man machine mixture of sex.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think it's one thing to have like a vibrator or like an electronic toy, but when you're using like the same stuff that I Love Lucy used to make a chocolate gag, but you're using it to cum, like it's just like, it's a line I haven't found erotic yet.
Sure. I'm not into the whole, whenever anyone's like, I bought a sex swing, I'm like, yeah, but just, just try, I don't know. It always feels a little like salacious.
How did those, can I ask you how those work? Because I've never tried one and I've never
one.
seen one. Holy shit. Less about me, more about you. What are we talking about?
I literally like just broke it because my ass was too fat.
You were having sex and you were in one and the thing pulled off the pegs in the ceiling?
I was not having sex. I was in one, kind of like I'd put it up and was like, what's this feel like? And I got into it and it broke.
Mary Jane.
Yeah. I bought it at a friend's bachelorette party because she had done one of those like fun things where she had like a sexpert come to the bachelorette party and everyone like got to buy, it was like a Tupperware party, but you buy like sex toys instead, and everyone like bought their, husband or boyfriend or partner or girlfriend or whoever like a thing. And I didn't know what to buy. And so I bought this sex swing, which, in hindsight was like just a cheap piece of crap. And it wasn't actually that I was too big or heavy for it. It was that it was like made out of,
It was like an edible sex swing?
No.
Made out of
Yeah.
fruit by the foot and shit?
Yeah, it was like Lifesavers and a fruit roll-up. Exactly. No, it was just a piece of shit. And I spent like $100 on it and hooked it up and got in it, and the thing snapped. And I felt real bad about myself, and I was humiliated, and I was out like $100.
Damn.
So I'm against sex swings.
100% heard.
I think the lesson for me was like, if you're going to shop for that kind of stuff, go with your partner or discuss with your partner what you want to get, and then go to a good store and invest. Like
Yeah.
spend the money.
See, this is the shit they need to talk about in school.
It really is, because I really was out like $150 for a bunch of stuff that didn't work. And then I hadn't spoken to my partner about it. And he was kind of like a little put out. He was like, I don't want this, and it makes me feel weird that you would give it to me. The whole thing was just like bad and shameful. And I think if that's your experience with that kind of stuff, that's not going to make you like, you're being open-minded and trying to go into it feeling really good and free, and then it kind of shuts you down and shames you.
It does,
Because it's
especially
like
because
crap,
yeah,
you know?
well, you're also taking so many shots in the dark when it comes to like sexuality and what your kinks are and like what excites you. Like it's trying to shoot beans into a tin can. Like it's just like some of them are going to land, some of them aren't. And hopefully the ones that land in there, you find a partner who either wants to support those beans or is like into them as well. But the idea of not talking about any of that in school, where it's like, hey, you're into feet, you should be open and okay with being into feet, and if your partner doesn't support that, find a new fucking partner, but never be scared and take shots in the dark about what you think they're gonna like and what you do like. You should learn that sex is like pretty fucking tight, and talk about it, because it's really good if you can like figure out how to make it really good.
Yeah, if you can do it with like a lot of conversation and, big, swings at educating everyone before they even go anywhere fucking near it.
Yeah.
It would be so cool. Like sex ed should be like driver's ed, meaning you should learn how to operate things.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like it shouldn't just be like some terrified teacher at the front of the class talking to a bunch of fucking horny teens and like not giving them any answers and not like, and the teens can't talk to each other. Like Big Mouth, fucking amazing show.
Brilliant, yeah.
Watching it for the first time right now.
Yeah, and all the kids who are trying to figure it out are like, he's getting fingered. He's going to get fingered at prom. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's going to get fingered. It's like,
Not sure how that works. Or not sure he knows how that works.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. What
Yeah.
a wild trip. I remember I went to the porn store with my ex, and because we were going to spice things up a little bit. And we both walked around it and we each wanted to bring up things that the other person wasn't into, though. And so, like, I would grab a video or I would grab a toy or I would grab something, and she'd kind of quietly be like, oh, yeah, oh, okay, cool. And then I'd like put it down and be like, or your thing. And then she'd like go over to a complete different section of the store, and it's like a whip and like, you know, some kind of like ball gag or something like that. And she's like, oh, like this, that's kind of fun. And I'd be like, and she's like, or nothing. And then we would just like leave the store and have a weird walk back to the car without buying anything and without either of us wanting to spend the money on the things we wanted because the other person didn't feel supported. Like we just didn't support each other in like spending money on anything that had to do with sex.
Right.
Because we were too shamed and like closeted about what we were into to actually have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
And it's fucked because there's no one who ever taught either of us that. And the fucking internet is doing it now. Like I'll see more viral tweets that say like, if he is not into blank, find someone who is into blank. 200 million retweets. And I'm like, oh, I've never even thought of that. I've never heard that before. What a novel, important idea.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Dan Savage has been performing the public service of publishing Savage Love for, 20 plus years at this point. Do you read Savage Love?
I don't.
I mean, he's the one who I think coined GGG, which is good giving and game, meaning, you just kind of need to be willing to indulge your partner to the degree that you're comfortable with in order to let them, realize their own sexual fucking needs or whatever. It's good giving and game.
That's so cool.
And it doesn't mean that you have to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. Just like push your own boundaries a little bit. Be good giving and game. And also the campfire rule, which I love.
What's that?
Which is that you leave someone, it's the leave it better than you found it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no matter who your partner is, just like, leave them with a little knowledge and like clean up and move on.
Damn right.
Right. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, see, these are the things. This is why we do this podcast.
This is why we do this podcast, because it's, discovering how to talk about things with all sorts of new knowledge.
Man, now I want to like talk, like do sex stuff.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just like only thinking about like getting high and like sex stuff.
Okay.
Because there's just so much out there.
There is. And I think, there's fucking lockdown. Like everyone is wondering what the fuck the new world is going to look like. And there's just this huge need for connection. Like, what is that? How are we all going to be in 6 months? How's dating going to happen? How's a hookup going to happen? How is anything going to look?
Have you ever done like sexting or like been like, have you ever done like FaceTime, like kind of sex stuff before?
Very little.
I've done it some too. And it's never going to be as good as like, going down on somebody, but like there's something to it there is a connection there, and I'm very thankful for that connection. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. It makes me think about our Face ID thing from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, what if you set up Face ID just as you were coming? And so
is your O face is the only thing that unlocks the phone. Oh wow.
And so every time you had to open your phone, you're like, like that. That'd be funny. That's not how I come. I don't come like an old man standing up for the first time. By the way,
I was gonna say, wow, it sounded like you had a hernia, like you herniated something.
I don't know what it's gonna look like though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nobody
I hope it combines food, weed, and orgasms into one pill.
Yeah,
that's my dream.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not allowed to ever touch anyone ever again, then I will take that pill that tastes like a turkey dinner and also makes me come real hard.
I mean, it is the time to learn how to like feed yourself, take care of yourself, make yourself come meet all of your own needs in a whole new way.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a cool time to learn how to do that while like being connected to other people who are also meeting their own needs. If that's the new relationship paradigm, is that we're all meeting our own needs while in connection with other people who are meeting their own needs. That sounds like a pretty healthy future.
Do you have your computer open?
Yeah.
Can you Google if there's terps in jizz?
Oh, gross. I know there aren't because it's a plant-based thing.
Okay.
But I'm Googling it just to satisfy your the first hit is
Oh no. I'm so sorry for your computer.
wow, this is really gonna mess with my
Your ads.
my ads. The first hit is from Mary Jane.
Oh, shit.
Mary Jane published very recently. This is so funny. Semen laced with THC is detected among heavy cannabis users, study finds. And no, jizz won't contain enough THC to qualify it as an edible.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's fascinating.
A recent study from Harvard Medical School found that trace amounts of THC metabolites were detected in semen samples from frequent cannabis users. Wow. It's a study that was published in Reproductive Physiology and Disease conducted by Harvard Medical School.
No shit. Fucking fun, Harvard.
I mean, what are they doing?
Not a vaccine. Not a vaccine.
There's more to work on, guys. Truly.
No, but although
I mean,
I did just wonder.
You
And
did. And here's your answer.
Here's my answer.
Here's
So I do appreciate.
an answer, you know.
I just started spacing out, thinking about like if things go south in my career, like I wonder if I can do some like weed cum studies to make a little bit of extra cash.
Like you can donate
Yeah.
the samples.
Yeah.
Have you ever done medical studies for money?
I actually haven't, and I'm not. I'd be so open to it for the. I would do it. Is what
I
I'm
just
saying.
applied to be in a study. I didn't get selected, but I applied to be in a study that was for MDMA.
Oh yeah. Have you done them before?
I've never done medical studies, no, but I'm really interested in therapeutic psychedelics, and there are a bunch of places that are doing really cool research. And so I had applied. Not surprised I didn't get selected, but
That's
yeah.
so neat.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I think those are the kinds that I'd be interested in. I'm so allergic to so many types of pills that I'm very wary about any kind of like new pill to see what the side effects are, because it could just kill me because I'm allergic to so many. But like something like, Molly and depression or
Yeah.
anything like that.
It was
that's
for PTSD.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was really interesting. And it's such a, I mean, I have friends who, as starving artists or just, in need at any time, have done things like sell plasma. Or an old friend of mine actually went into a research facility and lived there for 2 weeks and did a bunch of stuff that like made him feel real bad. So, there are all kinds of clinical trials and studies that are probably not that great. But I felt like, engaging in one that was maybe about healing PTSD through MDMA could be really cool to be a part of.
That's such an interesting way to be involved with things you believe in. That
Yeah.
has never occurred to me until just now.
There was someone just recently tested for what could potentially be a coronavirus vaccine recently, like a couple months ago. Did you read about that? There was
did
a woman.
not.
The thing with the vaccine testing was, of course, because we need it to be accelerated right now because the world is so in need. There isn't the time to go through all of the testing and trials that a vaccine would normally go through. So she volunteered and was like, "I'll test it on me."
Yeah.
It's
Wow, what a novel type of activism that is like qualifiable results for all the right reasons. I'm very inspired right now. I'm going to be honest with your like signing up for an MDMA proposal. That's really nice job, Mary Jane. You've inspired me for real.
Thanks. I mean, I'm just really interested in investigating all of the ways that, healing is possible through psychedelics and plant medicine and all that kind of stuff. And I've found so much use through psilocybin and cannabis, and I'm really intrigued by the possibilities with other stuff.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's the way to do it. Nobody wants to see my journal.
Nobody wants to be testing your jizz.
Oh, hold on. You don't.
Or maybe, there could be.
Come on.
There could be someone out there who wants to be. Did I say testing or tasting?
What did you mean?
Harvard, are you listening?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
That's a good way to get back at the Harvard. Like if you had like you're like elitism, down with Harvard, Zoom classes, same tuition, all of that. And so you sign up for their jizz clinical trials, and it's like nothing but asparagus and lemon water for the 3 months leading up to the testing. That's moldy. That's straight up moldy,
there
not
you
musky.
go.
Yeah.
That's fucking, oh my God. Also, the fucking the researchers, I bet, get all sorts of weird stuff in the mail. I was just reading about how there was someone who was researching serial killers, and they're doing this whole new testing through hair, and how they would get like random packages of hair. If you're doing like a clinical trial on jizz, do you think you just get random samples sent to you?
100%.
Ugh.
Oh, especially dudes who we all think our genetic code is the one to solve the world's problems.
Sure.
100%. It's like, you know what this guy needs? An unexpected, like dick pics take a back seat. People are mailing jizz to random addresses now. That's how far it's gone with social distancing. Is dick pics are a thing of the past. Now dudes are sending fucking cum packages to strangers.
Yeah.
Straight up, I guarantee.
Yeah.
Timestamp this app because that will be happening one day.
Unexpected jizz. Might be the name of this episode.
That's so fucked. That's so fucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, this was raunchy. What's up with us this week?
Hey yo, I've been out in nature a little bit, trying to eat a little bit more lettuce and roughage, so I feel like my brain is sharper because I'm not eating any just chips. I'm feeling good.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that king salmon was crazy good.
Straight up. No excuse, just having a good time. Buds of the week?
Buds of the week, I wanted to also give a shout out to Barnacle Foods for those kelp pickles that our friend Keo gave us and talk about them real quick.
Absolutely.
Because they were so fucking cool, and I've never had anything like that. Basically, they are harvesting kelp, and they're making kelp pickles and kelp relishes and all sorts of stuff. Barnacle Foods out of Alaska. So neat.
So the first time I saw kelp was with you. I had no idea that it was a 60-foot high underwater tree where like it is rooted into the ocean floor, but you can still see the tip of it coming through the surface. What a fascinating plant that grows lightning fast. Like I loved them. I can also heard from your sister that they this one is good. They did this one right. So I guess there's other people trying to kelp it out there, and this is a great one.
Like the pickles, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think she had actually tried when she was pickling something to do a little kelp pickle herself, and it kind of was mushy. I think it's hard to execute the texture of the kelp successfully.
The texture is bananas. It's not what I expected.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, but then also it had a really good crunch. I don't know.
I
thought
would
it was
say
delicious.
it's almost it has like bite to it, because I don't think it's tough. Like your teeth can cut through even if you have soft, smooth, round pearls for teeth.
If I just gum it.
You could gum one apart. Yeah. The texture though, it's like, yeah, I don't want to say anything bad because maybe if you're interested in them, try them and see what the texture is. Because if I describe it too much, you might be averse. But I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barnacle Foods. Check them out.
Definitely.
All right.
Well,
Buds of
that's
the
a
week?
good bud of the week.
Yeah,
Let's
they're-
make that a bud of the week.
Okay. They are our first bud of the week, and our second bud of the week.
Is the homie. Well, I want him to be the homie. I want
Yeah.
to be friends with him.
So excited. We were just tipped off to Miles Powers here in Port Townsend. We found out about Miles's music, and we were put in touch with him, and we're going to share one of his tracks at the end of this ep, so stick around to check that out.
In like a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, in a hot minute.
If you come this far, stick around one more minute. Because Miles Powers has a track on it.
Here we go.
He's cool as hell. So he's in Portland right now. We met his family here, and I was like, yo, what are you talking about? His music is like, what kind of hip hop? And she's like, oh, it's like this. And so we dove into his Spotify, and we listened to his Spotify channel for an entire night while kicking it here at the crib.
Yeah.
Dude is talented. I just want to shout out his Spotify real quick. Let me pull it up. Miles Powers. I mean, he has more than 16,000 monthly listeners to his Spotify.
That's
so
huge.
if you want to get up on someone and be like, I knew so-and-so when, because the dude's about to pop off, like get on board and, fuck with him heavy because his stuff is great.
Yeah. And shout out to Mary for turning us on to Miles. Thank you.
100%.
Yeah.
So the track we're going to play is called Caged and Carefree. It's his newest single. Jesus Christ, it already has so many listens on his Spotify.
Yeah. It's
Man, people who follow their dreams and just are unrelenting and also mad talented and work hard and surround themselves with other mad talented people to do collabs. I will be endlessly inspired by people like this.
yeah.
God damn, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's so. I think I've felt disheartened, especially in the last few months. It's really easy to get down, and to listen to this music and watch someone like fucking just double down on how good he is and how good he knows he is. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, and the validation is in tons of listeners all over the fucking world.
Yeah, and
There
you're
you
gonna
go.
fucking love it too.
There you go. So without further ado, enjoy. Wait,
Oh no, we gotta say goodbye.
we gotta say goodbye. Boy, oh boy.
Miles will be a guest at some point. We'll have him on.
Yeah,
we gotta talk to him.
Follow him on Instagram. It's at Miles Powers. Go on his Spotify. Everywhere, Miles Powers, Miles Powers, Miles Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah? And
Yeah.
follow us on Instagram at Weed and Grub.
And email us at wg@weedandgrub.com.
We also got a really great review on our iTunes recently. So thank you so much for continuing to give us 5 stars and leave really dynamite reviews that I think touch both of our hearts.
Yeah, so much. It's so cool to hear from people. I've had a couple of DMs lately too about just, like our continuing to have these conversations, hanging out, having a great time together. So glad that folks are listening and liking it. And it just means so much. It's like, it's my, it feels like my home, my once weekly home, my therapy, my fun, my good time, my hang, all that good stuff. So
I want to give one more shout out
Oh.
to the National Cannabis Festival.
Oh, right.
For profiling us and just wanting to rock with us too. It's a huge festival. And so to want to profile us for it is a huge honor. So thank you so much for wanting to, share our message all over the world.
Yeah, and you can check out the IGTV video on their Instagram at National Cannabis Festival, which I think is NATL Cannabis Festival.
Fest.
NATL Cannabis Fest.
Yeah. Or we'll put it, it's on our Weed and Grub too.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Miles Powers?
Miles Powers.
Hell yeah. Thank you for listening. Enjoy Miles Powers. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And the days go by like I've lost them, and the leaves turn dry after blossom. Caged and I'm carefree, pray that you damn me, cause motherfuckers doubt it, but there ain't no luck about it. And the days go by like I've lost them, and the leaves turn dry after blossom. Caged and I'm carefree, pray that you damn me, cause motherfuckers doubt it, but there ain't no luck about it. I know my art's a costume, part of my art is hostile, part of my art is to, part of the dualism of man. I'm managing as I ought to, finishing just took off to. Summer up in my head, but I'm fucking ready, I got you. I need some hot songs, right tone, serving hot food like meal ticket, meal ticket, comma. Still fickle, switching moods again, wobble woozy, yeah, spilling the liquor real sick, I think I'm drowning. And the days go by like I've lost them, and the leaves turn dry after blossom. Caged and I'm carefree, pray that you damn me, cause motherfuckers doubt it, but there ain't no luck about it. And the days go by like I've lost them, and the leaves turn dry after blossom. Caged and I'm carefree, pray that you damn me, cause motherfuckers doubt it, but there ain't no luck about it. Yes, I'm here for you, yes, I'm here for you, yes, I am. If you ain't give half a damn, I can make that happen, though. Yes, I care for you, yes, I care for you, yes, I do. I can chill and crack a joke, I can keep you happy, though. Yes, I pass it, yes, I pass it, pass that draw. I can make you match it, so I'm gonna take my stashes, though. I've been at this shit, at this whoa. I can make you pay this, though. I can give you passion, bro. I stop stressing about the people I can grow and learn with. The flow is earnest, world is turning, feel me, I stop caring. People hear me, now that's how it go. As a blare it, believe I'm very down with heaven. No sense of direction, long as I tend toward expression. Yeah, gently told them, hold on, I'm holding my message. Yeah, hold on, my blessed, kiss it, caress it, abuse it, moving on. Usually loopy, who see the fool or the student. I can teach you to write, but what makes it master this art. I can teach you to like it more, I can capture your heart. Yeah, but you'll be taking the back way, picking my team in the stack. Yeah, flicking my demons in ashtrays. I wanna live in the past, that's my entire approach. What inspire me most. You can't teach her to love you, you won't die if she don't. Don't put no one above you, don't put no one below. You can't teach her to love you and you won't die if she don't. And the days go by like I've lost them, and the leaves turn dry after blossom. Caged and I'm carefree, pray that you damn me, cause motherfuckers doubt it, but there ain't no luck about it. And the days go by like I've lost them, and the leaves turn dry after blossom. Caged and I'm carefree, pray that you damn me, cause motherfuckers doubt it, but there ain't no luck about it.